Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Three Black Geeks. We're doing Jurassic Park 3.
Wasn't he the one that also said that this park will not be for the super rich, that everyone in the world should see these
Well, funny you say.
Everyone in the world needs to see a dinosaur. These beautiful creatures that need to live again and amongst us. We can feed them like dogs and cats. Wouldn't it be wonderful? And we put up a roller coaster in the background.
Funny enough, I like how Jurassic World pretty much did do that because my man Lloyd was like, my man said we can have coupon day. You see,
coupon day.
That is the most. Can I be real here?
Capitalist.
That is the most whitest shit ever. You know, like that sounds like you're telling me I'm poor for using coupons when you said that we can have coupon day. Like that's some like out of touch shit ever.
No, because the issue was told us.
No, can you imagine waking up and you go out to pick up the Sunday paper and you just
watch
look in
the
the penny
post?
saver. No, not just watch the post. You look in the penny saver section and you see a coupon for Jurassic Park.
Boy, you drinking that? You picking up a 12-pack of soda. Oh shit! $15 off admission when I go to Jurassic Park.
The admission price is still like $130 in 1993 money.
Dude, we're really treating Jurassic Park like it's fucking Busch Gardens. Hey kids, we're going to Busch Gardens.
You hear that? We're going to see the dinosaurs, kid. We got 15% off this weekend.
Habibi firebombing got a missile to. If some robbers come through, then I.
Dude, this is how America.
Hold on, real quick. You got everybody has a local amusement park that we all went to as kids. I know y'all. Wild World, Adventure World,
Six Flags,
Six Flags, and what's the name? Busch Gardens and Kings Dominion. For us over here in the DMV.
That's the DMV-esque.
Yeah, those three. The three parks: the Six Flags, Kings Dominion, and Busch Gardens. Those are the big three.
So, to a lesser extent, Hershey Park.
Yeah, it's been a little Randy.
Baltimore niggas. So those are poor eyes.
Wow.
Poor Baltimore kids. Go to Hershey Park.
First off, don't diss Hershey Park because they got that bitchin' candy place in front. Oh yeah, Bush. Look,
I've never been to Hershey Park, so I ain't gonna.
Hershey Park. Hershey Park.
I heard
folks,
it's bomb. I heard it's bomb.
Here's how balling the Hershey Company is. They have their own fucking stadium outside the park where they actually have entertainment. Like last time I went there, no bullshit, the Jonas Brothers was there.
That's where
giving out purity rings.
Everybody, it's a wonderful time here at Hershey Park. Now put on your virgin rings. Now. She's a whore. See, I told you she's a whore.
But that's how balling is. That blew.
Put one now before the mouse beats us.
No, but that blew my mind to actually be at a theme park where they had their own stadium. Like that's some crazy ass shit to me. So like, but yeah, Hershey, Pennsylvania is a different.
Hey Tavin. You just made it clear that you either from Virginia or North Carolina when you say Carowinds like that.
That's some North Carolina ass shit.
You my see, me and Chris always say this to niggas North Carolina. You my cousin, ain't you, nigga?
From Bear Creek, aren't you?
Like, where you from, man? What side? You from Greenville, ain't you, nigga? like I'm from the old. I'm from the little slave town, man. All the rest of y'all, nigga. Well, Chris, you are. You the one that got bloodhounds. Oh, outside the shit. That's what you're.
No, this is how much that's ingrained. My grandfather, literally, when he finally got the fuck up out of here and put roots in DC, he was like, "I'm not going to North Carolina."
On that country ass. know that clip of that dude? Like, get me out of this country ass.
Hey, he got the DC, never look back.
Look, Chris, Eric, check it out. Chris's granddad, 1934. That's the last goddamn mosquito I'm gonna hit.
Look. This is very historic here. My grandfather picked cotton, so that's how I know he was ready to get the fuck up out of there.
Your granddaddy was, your granddad was a sharecropper.
Granddaddy was a slave. Hey, look, hey, Chris. Your granddaddy was a slave, nigga. Just
got paid though.
Cool.
He got paid.
Cool.
Got paid money.
And you know who else got paid? Slaves did too. They just couldn't
no. D. There's a difference. Slaves got paid to be alive. Sharecroppers at least got paid like $2 an hour. and lived on the land at
damn.
least.
So wait. Let me get this shit straight, Tevin.
Gotta blend in.
So let me get this shit straight, Tevin.
Augusta,
You
Georgia.
from Augusta?
Hot ass Augusta.
If you don't take your ass south to all those, anyway, I'm not even going there. You got Florida right there. And I know Florida's 5 hours long, no matter what direction you're going to it. But still,
But folks, let me tell you something about Jurassic Park 3. So Jurassic Park 3 basically was doing this thing where studios do, where they tell people, we got to get back to our roots. Because if you remember when we talked about Lost World was what was the typical Hollywood blockbuster tentpole movie event. More dinosaurs, more action, and it's just the execution of it wasn't that great in the grand scheme. Oh shit, the T-Rex is in San Diego. On paper, that should be dope. And then you're watching this like, this is some silly ass shit. What are we doing?
Dumb.
I feel like the second one
very dumb.
I feel like the second one was
one T-Rex. Fuck you. Get two T-Rex. That kind of.
I really truly feel that it was only meant to sell toys and nothing else.
It really was. It was.
There was no purpose of.
There was a ton of toys for Lost World. You're right. So Jurassic Park 3, I remember vividly in the trade papers and everything, especially when you saw the first trailer for 3. We're getting back to our roots. It's not going to be military. We're going to see Dr. Grant's back and Ellie, she's back. It's going to be great. No Ian Malcolm. It's going to be terrifying. Because if you really think about it, the
first thing I noticed was the thing behind you. Oh, it's steel and it's ripped. So it's going to be action. That's what I saw.
But if you think about it, the first Jurassic Park movie was, in a weird way, a horror movie. Because it was like, as soon as the dinosaurs broke out, you're scared shitless. Horror elements. So the third one, they were really touting that go back to the horror elements. And again, to these point, the poster made sense because it gave off that vibe with the claws, the 3 claws, the trailer, and seeing what it was like, all right, this could be all right. We're getting back to the horror. We're getting back to they're on the island for some stupid ass reason. Fine, right? And then you watch the movie, and it's like, where did we go wrong? I can't say they didn't. They didn't like pull the fast one on us, but it kind of feels like they did, right?
Something obviously wasn't right.
Yeah, so it's like, so the basis of Jurassic Park 3 is essentially Dr. Grant is back. We see that he's basically he's still digging, and he's funding it through his speeches that he talks to at colleges, which I gotta admit is probably very lucrative to kind of keep the lights on doing what he's doing. Makes sense. And also, you survived Jurassic Park. That's worth a lot of money. in that era of doing speaking engagements, you're the guy that survived Jurassic Park, and you're bucking against,
that's all. Doing.
Yeah. That keeps, again, you keep the light on to keep digging. Fine, right?
Like your girl, Kurt. Like your girl, Eris. Nastasha. This is what happened on Shuttle Moses.
Well,
and the Patriots made sure she get that Winnebago out in the Midwest and not talk ever again.
First of all, she put out a book. She put out a book and dated Richard Ames.
Do you think there'd be a TV movie out of that?
I would love to see it.
Or or that universe is. You know what? I don't think that happened at Shadow Moses, but I believe this story.
Well, I would say the Shadow Moses incident novel form is kind of like the declassification of 9/11.
Yeah. That was a crazy
narration by Michael Caine.
Side note,
Moses, it was like old days.
I swear, if there was ever a moment that a lot of us in America said no shit, is when they finally revealed like what led to 9/11. We were all like, yeah, no shit. We knew it was an inside job. Like, what the fuck?
Like here's the thing.
Somebody fucked up. We knew somebody fucked up on intelligence. Like, of course. Like,
I like how it took the American people.
You never beaten that record.
Really ain't.
It took us like 2.5 years to figure out, hey, wait a minute. Did our government have something to do with this?
You know what happened with the government?
This is one of those times, isn't it? No, don't take us to Iraq. This is about something else, isn't it?
The government fell asleep at the wheel, and Bush W was like, "Hey guys, terrorists over there," and then, recession happened. So
recession. I like how it's terrorist then recession.
It's what Republicans do.
There's no in between. It just happens.
There's no in between. Anything with Republicans, it's war and then a recession. It's just present company
war,
included.
or we killing the gays. We're killing the gays, or we're going to war. One of the two. Which one are we doing?
This instance, Trump 2 Electric Boogaloo is we're killing everybody. You're white. You're done. That's how it is. But anyways,
I like how the whole country is fucked, and white people are getting ready to march. Actually, 2 days from now, they're gonna march this Saturday, and it's gonna be wonderful. And I'm like, damn, have fun with that, white people.
Hey, me and Eric's gonna be staying in front of the convention center doing this, eating some sunflowers. He's like, cold world, man. They got tear gas. Crazy, right?
Oh, damn. Go ahead and say how much you hate Steve Bannon again. Go ahead and do this here.
I don't know about y'all.
I'm sorry, did you just say doop? What was that? Was that a flare?
Tear gas.
Was that the tear gas?
I was like, well, they shot the tear gas. I'm going to Sbarro's. Y'all want a pizza?
Excuse me. First off, aim at the niggers first, guys. So let's just move.
First off, that was Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Dino Lives Matter. I swear to God, fuck that movie. But anyways,
it's only been look. All right, y'all. So we're gonna try to get through this movie as fast as possible. You're probably saying, "Three Black Geeks, you guys talk about everything. You just been meandered for 14 minutes, and you haven't really spoke about the movie." Go fuck yourself. We're movie critics. You're not.
Dr. Grant, even doing book tours, gets sucked in because of money by one William H. Macy and Tia Leone playing the Kirby family.
And I gotta say, Tia
Leone.
Look, David Duchovny's
the chick from Bad Boys. All right,
David Duchovny's wife.
Or Deep Impact.
I have to say, yeah, Deep Impact. Yeah, remember she stood there, Dad, and they got hit by that giant ass wave, and it was like, oh, your dad still cheated on your mom. I gotta be honest with you.
In terms of who Tia Leone's with, I gotta say, I appreciate the upgrade. You went from David Duchovny from X-Files to fucking Superman.
I disagree.
Wings in Superman, by the way.
No,
that's an upgrade to me.
I disagree. No, it's not.
How do you do? These are two white guys that are in the cut from the same cloth.
Chris, no, they're not. First off,
career-wise, they are.
You know as well as I do, David Duchovny is on a higher level than Tim Daly. You know that as well as I do. Chris. No, stop. Shut the fuck up and let me tell you.
Are we arguing over two white guys right now? Are we really?
Yes, we are. Because I need to get this out the way. First off, you said it on one of my favorite podcasts that you all should listen to, Single White Female, where Eris actually, don't you it, Chris. It was actually Eris. Eris, you took joy out of LeBron James and dunking and rubbing your nutsack like, get out the way, Superman. And that's exactly what you said. That's what Stephen Weber did to, like Tim Daly getting strays because of Eris bringing up a good point. Nobody give a fuck about Tim Daly. What are you talking about? Now, the reason why I said that David Duchovny is better than Tim Daly, oh yeah, come on, that's Superman, duh. But David Duchovny, yes, X-Files, Californication, and let's not forget that this nigga has been actually a really great actor in several different movies. And also this, the reason why they're not together no more is because Dave could not keep it in his pants. Apparently, David Duchovny is a all the way sex fiend. I'm not even kidding. He says he has the inability to turn down a woman if she's offering sex. He said that. And she stayed with this nigga for an additional 8 years.
Are you telling me because Tim Daly,
as this man kept banging out millennials, she finally bagged it up and left. And she went for the soft guy that's not going to cheat on her because he doesn't have the career that David Duchovny has.
Wow.
Thank you, Eris.
I'm just
Thank you,
mad at-
Puggy. Look, hold on. Thank you, Puggy. Thank you, Hala. Thank you both.
I just feel the disrespect on Tim Daly is just unwarranted. That's all I'm saying.
You defending him because he's a DC superhero. Granted,
Thank you.
Hold on, that's a good argument, but still,
No, I'm arguing Wings and Superman, sir.
the one thing I will say is this: William, you bagged that.
Hey,
No, let me make it very clear. Also, this is Three Black Geeks' first movie talking about William H. Macy. He is absolutely actually one of my favorite actors. I watched Shameless from the beginning to end. He was the best thing in Shameless.
He's one of three
I
actors.
love him in that. He's
one of
great.
Okay, maybe you guys can name some other actors. I feel in the echelon of white people, right? There's different categories, right? There's because you get your Tom Cruises, who's the action guy kind of stuff. You get like, I guess, your dramatic white actors like Michael Fassbender, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
William H. Macy always fit in that, like, he's like a mid-Carter in wrestling where it's like he's reliable. He's a reliable character.
Macy.
Actor. Yeah.
Macy. Thomas Hayden Church.
Yes.
He is actually a step above them, but he's actually acting wise and what type of person he is. He's actually like the S-class version of those two. Bryan Cranston is in that same orbit.
It's like they're good actors. It's just they have
because you know who else is going to get in there, and I say this because he's turning out to be one of actually the most underrated character actors out there. I mean it. Chris Pine is in that same circle too, because Chris Pine is good. He's a great actor. Yeah.
I'll throw in one.
Go ahead.
Ross McCland.
Yes, he's in that too. Yes, he is.
But
you
it's
have
like
these guys that are just are in movies that you see all the time, and they're either playing different characters, but each different character they're playing, you can actually see them actually transforming into that person.
In terms of quirky white guys, here's the funny part. I could see Thomas Hayden Church playing William H. Macy's character in this movie.
Yeah,
and it works. Exactly. It will work in a weird way. It would just be like, all right, cool. Thomas Hayden Church, Jurassic Park 3. That's cool. Got you.
Yeah.
Another Wings alum. Ha. The Wings podcast.
I got a question. Stop. I don't remember a fuck outside of our boy Steven
Tim
Weber.
Daly and Thomas Hayden Church are the only two I remember from that show. Dead ass.
Outside of Steven Weber banging all the women and Stacy Keach showing up every now and then. What the fuck is going on? But you know, with Stacy Keach showing up every day, I don't remember Tim Daly, and I don't remember nothing else about that.
No. If there's a movie,
here's the
thing. If there's a show to correlate what Wings was, it was Cheers in the airport. I shit you not.
Exactly.
It was Cheers in the airport, and it worked because again, you have all these cast of characters, and it just worked because it's in the airport, a small airport. So of course,
and you got a lot of sitcoms in the 90s and the 80s that wanted to be.
It was on NBC. That game. The show was on for like 8 years. Of course, it's good. Like
Wings and Cheers were a part of that group that made it so. It turned into Must See Thursday,
Must See TV or whatever.
Must See TV, whatever.
It wasn't on Mondays. I think that was Fresh Prince Day on Mondays,
something like that. So I did. Yes, Stephen. Gary Cole's in that same circle. He's in that same circle too. Yes, he is. But yeah, but I remember all that during that same time. They all was like, oh. NBC, like I said, NBC had the motherfucking move on that shit back then.
So their son, the Kirby son, who was going paragliding around the islands because you know you gotta walk on the wild side when you're white. So why not do it in front of a dinosaur island? Parasail anywhere in the world, Hawaii, but you went to. All right, cool.
Chris, stop. Cool. You got me when you're white, you have to put your life in peril.
You really do. Like, it's not enough to snort coke. Now you got to snort coke and maybe do something else. That's
I like it.
Playing Russian roulette.
No, you snort coke dipped in acid.
Yeah, that kind of shit. It's like you couldn't just snort the coke like normal.
I like how. Hey, look, can I say something?
White rolled into a Philly blunt, son.
Yeah, you know.
Can I say something? White
guys? No, it's like, bro, why?
Because Chris won't say it, but D will say it. White guys, I don't understand that shit. you see black men get beat, subjugated, and while we're in school, get thrown into jail, beat in jail, held back. When we get out of jail, we can't find a job. You literally see the world keep our heads down. You say, "Get up, nigger, and get a job." You tell that to us, and then the second a white woman says, "I'm gay," oh, there's no room for a straight white man. Chris wanted to make that point. I just made it for him. Anyway, so yeah, when you're white,
like,
so when you white, you gotta get the heart. You gotta get the heart rate up.
But here's my thing. If I'm Alan Grant and I'm in a plane and they knock me out after I find out that you brought my ass here to save your white son, I'm just saying.
I loved it because they said it. They told him, like, we need to go down there and y'all the rest of that. And he was like, I don't want to do it. And finally, he got convinced. They get on the plane.
If you see over on the left side of the plane, you see this.
I don't like how he did that. I'm like, oh, he looked over there. He's like, listen, there's education outside of the window. You could be learning. Why is not no one learning? I like how they was like, hey. So listen to me. I know what it is. We're gonna land out here. You can't land down there. Why are we landing the plane?
To be
Everybody
fair,
calm down.
To be fair,
yo nigga, Eris's boy came up like hold me off a Scarface. Grabbed the blackjack. All you saw was this. This is all you saw from Ball Sam Neill. Hold it up.
All I'm saying is Dr. Grant.
Way.
Dr. Grant.
Yes.
All I'm saying is Dr. Grant had PTSD from the first movie when they weren't listening to his lesson. This is him like, God damn it, it did it again.
I'm like, why?
I'm trying to educate.
I'm trying to teach the youth. I'm trying to teach
PTSD of that fat kid from the first movie.
Well, hey, look, he sunned him. Let's just be real.
He did son that little nigga.
He sunned the fat kid.
He told that little nigga. Yeah. And they would chase you. Fatty. That's what he wanted to do. So
the most British way. Hold up, Bizarre. What's Sam Neill British?
Yes, very. Now,
Okay.
that being said, y'all, D tripped up this morning trying to watch this movie, and I tripped over a little show that just came out, made by MTV Productions, called Mobland. Tom Hardy is there. He is a negotiator. And who's his boss? Irish Pierce Brosnan. I swore to God, I ran to the bathroom and immediately jacked off. I love it when Pierce Brosnan's there. Oh, Pierce Brosnan. But did you tell them to make sure that it? He's using his accent.
Well, D. See, you did it with him when Helen Mirren into the picture.
Helen Mirren in 1922 using that Irish. Oh, you're no good to a man when you act like I'm like that's some 80-year-old pussy. I'll fuck.
I don't know, man. Timothy Dalton got me.
Seriously,
I don't know.
Helen Mirren is the best thing about that show.
Here's the thing.
I love her.
See, I love her, but I'm just saying 007 Timothy Dalton's right there.
I like how Timothy Dalton is doing all the weird 1922 sex. Like he's like in an apparatus and a girl's giving him head. I just want to show
D. Understand. Just like I said earlier about this movie. Timothy Dalton is white manning it up in that fucking show. A rich white man at that. Like, oh, let me put this woman in this apparatus and beat her.
You don't know pain yet, my darling, but you might can learn it.
That is the most rich white man shit
Hold up. Pop up. Okay, that's enough, Blair.
So Dr. Grant.
Here you go.
So Dr. Grant, when he wakes up on the ground, did what any normal person would do. Whoa. Get off that bullhorn right now.
No. He did this. No, he woke up and said this. Who hit me? Because I'm about to fuck his ass.
Here's my thing. For just that moment.
Yelling for the kid. I'm like, thank you. I knew I got that wrong. Sam Neill's from New Zealand. Thank you.
He's a Kiwi.
I knew it was wrong as soon as I said it.
So what you're saying is he's part of the bloodline. And, you know.
What? Shut up, Chris. Shut up, Chris. So all the Samoans are in Australia and California. You know that? That's a fact.
Sir. Our man from fucking damn the Denzel movie that's Hispanic in one movie, and he was The Rock's cousin.
Cliff Curtis does not
he's
count
New Zealand.
because white people don't know where he's from. White people refuse to type in his name to see where he's from.
He's from New Zealand and had this motherfucker as The Rock's cousin with them fucking dreads. Swear to God, that movie is ridiculous. But anyways, not as ridiculous as Alan Grant. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing on the ground? And why are you yelling? What the fuck is going on?
You know, like, I would not do that. No, I have to find my son. And you just hear gunshots. You see the black nigga. You see Mr. Noodle. Michael Jeter, everybody. But I call him Mr. Noodle. Everybody get to the flame.
Michael Jeter's a great. He's another one that's in that William H. Macy. Like, he's a good actor, too.
Yeah. Michael Jeter didn't do a lot. He, like I said, he always played a guy like this, or playing someone wormy today. Or
our second Michael Jeter movie because Drop Zone.
Yeah, because Drop Zone.
lost his fingers. You know,
lost his fingers. Hold on, Chris. He lost his fingers. Was constantly threatened by a man that looked like this.
Gotta be honest with you.
That's the episode where it began, where errors kept on every 4 seconds.
The regenerator.
What you understand is that
start firing your panties.
I gotta be honest with you. If Jurassic Park 3 had Gary Busey as part of this squad that William H. Macy hired, that would have upped the movie.
That movie would have been too expensive to make back.
No, would it?
I would have swapped out. No. To be fair,
got one scene. We would have got one scene. He was trying to find the kid. He was actually the guy that went in before them to try to find the kid. And just all of a sudden, Sam Neill's like getting chased by raptors, and he gets against a tree. But the tree he happens to get against is actually Gary Busey in camouflage. And you just see a hand come over his mouth. Like, don't move. They can hear you, boy. And all of a sudden, you look over to see where his mouth is at, and the only thing you can see is his teeth.
Be real. This movie would have went from
the first time I fought a dinosaur. I actually fought 2 cane horseshoes by myself outside of.
This movie would have went from a D. Texas. This movie would have went from a D to a B- immediately.
B-. Him on the pterodactyl. Come on, boy, fly me somewhere. We'd be sad, he dropped to the earth, another dinosaur come out of nowhere, chomp him. We'd be like, oh, the movie.
For good measure, I'm just going to throw in one more person because I need him to ham it up just as much as Gary Busey. Gary Busey and Ron Palmer, Ron Perlman in a Jurassic Park movie.
First
off, Ron Perlman is going to be the one hunter that gets bodied. Probably the second one out.
No, gentlemen.
He's going to get clever girl.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Clear. First of all, sir, you underestimate the power of Ron Perlman. He will punch a spitter in the face. Okay?
No, guys.
Hey, you are thinking. Harris, that don't mean nothing. That means nothing to me. I saw Ron Perlman dressed up like a monkey going, everyone, we must make peace. Peace. Ron Perlman, y'all, I don't promise 3 Black Geeks is going to do the Island of Dr. Moreau, but I will only do it because God bless the dead, Val Kilmer was out of his fucking mind in that movie. And number 2, Ron Perlman's acting was like an A, but the movie deserved none of that.
And
then you got Marlon Brando looking like Michael Jackson, looking like cross of Michael Jackson, and Cartman. Look at all my children.
I hope you guys.
We might have to
clip
do
this.
that movie. We might have to do it.
I hope you guys clip this for 3BG on our IG with this when I say this. But I'm just really angry that you guys are very just not forward thinking like I am. If I'm going to put Ron Perlman in Jurassic Park, he'd be like an experimental, like half human, half like raptor creature. So you got to put him in special.
So we have to put him in makeup.
Yeah, you got to put it. If you want to make it worth your while, you got to throw him in makeup.
Hellboy, you know.
Chris, I already said he's got to ham it up. I don't need you.
That's what I'm saying.
No, Chris. I just said I need him to ham it up. I don't need him to jerk me off. Okay.
Yeah, you do. If I'm going to get Ron Perlman, I got to maximize it immediately.
Maximize the pearl. Maximize the pearl. Sounds like conolingus.
Hey, you know, it's just like, look, if I'm paying money, I might as well say, yo, Ron, we're going to make you the alligator man in Jurassic Park.
Listen.
Kill a croc,
if
you will.
Listen, Chris.
The
rest of my body would like to enjoy its blood. Okay, I do not need it going to one. Okay?
As he has silly banter with Chris Pratt in another movie. Half raptor, half man.
Gross.
Hey, Chris, stop it right now.
Just
by
stop.
the laws of Three Black Geeks, I implore you to not mention Chris Pratt in a buddy movie with Ron Perlman.
And now
it's gonna happen.
And now my balls are blue.
See what you did? You see what you did to Eris? Now he's sterile.
Sir, Eris, y'all don't know this. And maybe you picked up on it. I ain't gonna lie. When Jurassic World got announced and I saw Chris Pratt basically fucking stopping the Raptors, I was like, oh my God, my dick got hard. Thank you. Yes. Because the memes came about with him being Ty from Digimon and the Raptor was the fucking Agumon. And I was like,
okay. Yeah. I give you that.
You know the only thing missing from Chris Pratt doing that in the movie, even though this kind of predated it. No, did it predate it? It would be him telling the Raptor, "It's okay, Raptor. Sun's going down."
I swear, when they had controlling Raptors, I was like, "This is the closest."
Give him the Black Widow. Hold, Joe. The sun's going down.
Look, I'm just saying that this next Jurassic.
So you mean to tell me we're gonna get Ron Perlman? All the other Raptors are. And all of a sudden, everybody back down. We're gonna see the one raptor with the number one headband, meaning that his hair is like reddish or like green or something like that. Seems that we have ourselves a visitor. Here's us. So he can speak English. Who taught and actually that's D's biggest thing. Okay, so the DLC.
Nobody can stab me. Not even your daddy.
Raptor come over there with a big ass cartoonish samurai sword. Anyways,
here's my thing.
I have a question, Chris. So look, I'm willing to believe any bullshit that you give me in these stories because look, these are giant chickens. All this is theoretical.
How did it clip all the plane? Is that what you're asking?
No. All this is theoretical of how
plan that.
All this shit is theoretical of how animals would be, how these dinosaurs would behave, and all this. They have lived way before us. We don't even know how their pattern is. All the rest of that, we're giving them what we think is going on. I don't question that we're learning new things. But the second we was on the mainland and Grant was over there like, "Are you serious?" They were communicating with each other. Yes, this is a breakthrough, and we made a 3D mold of their.
This is the OG. This is when if you wanted a 3D print, you literally had to be making like 8 figures because 3D print dude, you could buy a 3D printer now for $300.
Yeah, you'd be fine. Back then
though, all shapes and sizes.
Back then, like I think we take for granted how quick technology caught up because I don't think any of us thought that 3D printers were going to be affordable.
Yeah.
When it first became a thing. So the fact that you can buy, and I'm not saying $300 is like $1 when I say that, but it's just if you're making really good money, $300 for a 3D printer, it's like, oh shit, this is a steal.
I think that's a fine investment, especially if you're actually going to use it. I think it's a fine investment.
But back then, the idea of owning it back then was just like it's like one of those things that it's nice because think about how many movies had like a guy 3D printed a gun. and that kind of shit. That was something that was like on some super spy level shit.
Yeah,
that
like
you
some
never
shit
would have
that
thought
would
that
never
would
happen.
happen.
Like, that's some like some military grade type bullshit that can only happen in the future. We're here now. We're here now.
But to get a Mac,
no,
a
3D
rapper
print
throat.
3D print a gun and it actually fires.
Thank you.
Now here's
But
the thing.
But the 3D print a raptor throat, it's like okay,
whatever.
theoretical.
So Chris, I am down for whatever DLC you're going to put in this movie, and the DLC in this one, after having 2 movies with raptors, all of a sudden, all of the raptors. And all that color. Oh, they're communicating. That's so all the people that believe in all of this bullshit. Oh my God. They were such magnificent creatures. They can communicate. And when he's like, and we get the one scene, Sam Neill's in the grass. What are you saying? What are you saying? I'm like this. None of your damn business, number one. And number two, what, you going to find out what means? Are you going to figure that out, nigga, in this movie? When? No, we're not. But that's so also, it just makes me laugh that was the upgrade for this movie.
But when they get to the island, that's where I felt that's when it turned into we got to sell toys into the big blockbuster. Because again, you it's a dumb premise starting out. And then when they land on the island, and then when they get clipped and we see the Spinosaurus and it turns into the T-Rex, that's when the movie just goes back into that lost world.
This is when I had a problem.
Ridiculous shit.
This is when I have the problem. The T-Rex just appears like on cue, right?
By happenstance, they run away from one dinosaur to go to another that they just happen to come across.
They run into the footprint. And they just see the T-Rex's head just pop up like a literal puppet. And I'm like, this is how the T-Rex gets his intro. Granted, 3rd movie. I get it. But please tell me something cool is about to happen. Spinosaurus shows up. Oh, snap. T-Rex headbutts it. Oh, man, these look like T-Rex about to do his thing.
Great.
But the T-Rex got its neck snapped.
He got beat up. Then he snapped.
No. Watching the Spinosaurus go to work, I swear it was like I swear somewhere in the deleted scene was 2 raptors watching. One of them was trying to run and help him, and the other one stopped him and said, "Let him have his fun."
No. Stop, Jerry.
You know what? Pointed at the Spinosaurus and said, "Let him have his fun." Because T-Rex,
I got to be real with you.
T-Rex got hit with a 5-piece combo, and we never saw another one again for the rest of this movie. D would say, as a person that thinks a T-Rex is one of the most overrated dinosaurs of all time, I'll say this.
I'll be real. The T-Rex.
When I saw him get his neck snapped, first off, who taught him how to do that? But second of all, what happened? Good. The bald eagle finally got bodied.
Can I be real here?
This early in the movie?
No. Can I be real?
And actually, that's the biggest problem I did have with it. I didn't care because I don't like T-Rexes. But
can I be honest?
That was way too early.
Can I be honest? The T-Rex propaganda that came about in the Jurassic World trilogy and probably in this 4th movie coming up, I feel they did that to really make it. Because here's my thing. It felt like these 4 movies are making up for him getting his neck snapped in the 3rd one. Because remember, the 3rd one was supposed to be this was it for this was supposed to be the final chapter in the Jurassic Park trilogy at the time.
Which is
so it made sense. So when the T-Rex gets his neck snapped, you're like, oh shit, I guess this is the end of an era, that kind of shit. So it made sense. And then just the fact that these next 4 movies afterwards are just like, nah, T-Rex got to come back stronger. We didn't like that you killed it in the last movie. And it's like, really? Like,
DJ,
all right.
DJ, it's just from what you just said, T-Rex getting his neck snapped in the 3rd movie, thinking, oh man, end of an era. It's literally the Austin Powers bit. You caught Dr. Evil in the 1st act. Like, what's with that?
So
speaking of which, Ernst, that is one of my favorite lines in all of Austin Powers at that point. Shit.
That's a franchise. I'm glad. That is. What?
Go ahead.
I say that is a franchise. I'm surprised that Mike Myers was like, I'm not doing a fourth one. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, and I know what you're saying. So 3 Black Geeks, what you know?
What?
No.
6 years from now.
Look. No. This is coming from somebody that loves The Spy Who Shagged Me. No. No.
Not.
No.
Goldmember.
No.
For the Bayhive? Are
No,
you serious?
No.
I'm not touching those movies. No. We'll do Shrek before we do Austin Powers.
I feel you're only doing that because you want to get the kid demographic to listen in. You know, is that what that is?
Nigga,
Because I'm not even hyped for Shrek like that, and I don't even hate the franchise.
I am Michael Jordan. Fuck the children. But that being said, the people that listen to our shows are grown adults, and all those grown adults that listen to our show like Shrek.
At some point, if 10 years down the road we're still doing 3BG, we're gonna have to do the Minions movie. You know that, right?
And there's 4 of them.
It'll probably be 10 by the time 10 years later hits. So be prepared for that.
No, that's never happening. That's never happening.
Hey, D, did we ever expect the Fast series to hit the 10? Exactly.
11 now.
Oh, 11. My bad.
You know, both of y'all. You know, both of y'all.
Could shut the fuck up.
It's a little too late for that. I'm not the one who said, "Hey, let's do the Jurassic Park franchise."
No, I already told you my sin of doing that. The Fast series, Chris would have never let us live.
Hey, I'm all about the numbers. I'm all about the numbers.
So we're not going to talk about family. We're not going to talk about
exactly
how Letty came back from the dead.
You know what? I fucking hate it. Anyway.
Eris looked at me sideways, and I was like, "D, Eris, Letty's coming back, man. This could be great." Eris is like, "I mean, cool, I guess." And I was like, "Fair."
I was like, fair. I'm like Justice for Leon, I guess.
I know, right? Like,
so what's the name from Tokyo Drift is just dead, huh?
All right, cool. DK did, until he pops back up in Fast 10 Part 2. Fast 10 Part 2, Jason Momoa being the Joker. I swear to God, Fast 10, I loved it from Momoa Joker bullshit in that fucking movie. Hey guys, I got the God Eye. Oh, I got your electronic information. I'm like,
I already said it. I said it. No, I already said it in Fast 11. Jason Momoa is going to team up with Cyborg Johnny Train.
How is it that the Fast series has hit all of our check marks, and yet the Jurassic Park franchise, it's about to go into its 7th movie. I haven't seen raptors with fucking chain guns wrapped around their arms and shit. How?
Well, Chris, first off,
I can't co-sign that, big brother, but I ain't mad at you for what you do.
First of all, Chris, there's no such. Hold on, D. Chris. First of all, there's a difference between a dinosaur and a Brumac from Gears of War.
And yet, we're on our 7th Jurassic Park movie, and we don't have guns strapped to these dinosaurs.
No, we're not getting that. We're not getting
Torok. Okay, that's not happening. All right. So, Chris, there's a difference. Number one, the Fast series depends on the testosterone and young men looking at you, not fucking thinking. Number two, Jurassic Park wants to do the thing that a little station that we just talked about was doing. Want to serve 2 masses at once with no fucking outlook, which means I want to be scientific. Yeah, but I want to be action at the same time. But we got to be smart. Yeah, but that's pussy. So we're going to do both at once. How about the script, huh? They're both equally bad. It's just that one has Vin Diesel. See what I'm saying? Where's the Rock out of this? The Rock is not in this.
Here's the thing.
You know
Vin Diesel Vin Diesel's going to punch a dinosaur at this point.
But no,
I think a lot of us.
Here's the bigger thing. And this actually goes into your argument you said years ago. Right there. What is the one thing that the Fast series did that was actually genius? We're not racing cars no more. We're doing action movie shit from here on out. Mm-hmm. As much as I think it was dumb and it's gotten stupider as it keep on going, what's more entertaining? What's going to have you coming back? And what's going to have you completely ignore the retarded shit of a car going from building to another building? What's going to make you like come on. Now, when they do it in Jurassic Park, they do it with this, oh man, I'm glad the T-Rex killed that guy. And then a moment later, the T-Rex is, and they're like, this is beautiful nature. Fuck off. Fuck off.
That's what 3 does. And that's the thing with 3. 3, okay, and I might have said in the previous Jurassic Park episodes we did, I felt with 3, I was more interested in the lore of how they abandoned that area than the actual movie itself and what it was. Because when you get because it's like all those ideas, like they have the pterodactyl pen that's like an actual big giant bird cage. Shit, that's a crazy fucking endeavor. Did anything happen when those people were there for them to get picked up? No. And then this movie shows it, and it's like, all right, cool, but damn, like it's just like you want more. Yeah,
there is a lot of. I like the decay. I like the decay of how everything looked, how everything was old, how everything you can tell that there was real effort on that island, and everybody just kind of gave up and left the island. You can actually see the abandoned, the house abandoned, and all the rest of that. And it makes me say, you know what? If I got lost out there and I was a kid, all I had to do was put leaves on me and have white boy spunk, and I could survive in the jungle for 8 weeks
by masking himself with probably the T-Rex piss, which. Sure. All right.
I say for y'all, nasty ass white folk.
This kid was surviving on chocolate.
I ain't saying that black folk don't do that in the Serengeti. Put that lion urine on your knees, nigga. Nah, they're gonna be out here, bro. You won't put that lion piss on your knees. I ain't saying that we don't do it. But white people, y'all do it like this will hide my scent. Nah, nigga, you making it a beacon now. What are you doing?
And that's and I will say this, that's the thing that kind of like, even up to this point, you still bought into the fear of, oh shit, we're on this island, we have to survive. It was very survival horror. But then, like I said, the movie has this thing where it undercuts it with something stupid, which is, oh shit, the kid's been let gas grenades, and it's like, well, how did your uncle die? Did he get bit up by some dinosaurs? Because the skeleton was still like, what happened? Did he die on impact? Like, it was just, we don't know. We just know the kid survived, and that's it. It's like, cool. No dinosaurs followed you to the truck that you just stayed in?
Like, no, we're not going. Oh, no. He has the power of evade. And he has evade.
And the way the kid thinks it was longer than 8 weeks.
Sir, it's called stealth perk. Moving on.
Oh, thank you. Guess what? My son said that. My son said that. Nah. See, he has a stealth camo. That's a Metal Gear. That's what he said. I'm like, oh, you want to be me? My son don't play Metal Gear. That's cute. Oh, he thinks he know the lore.
Like I said, stealth perk.
But no. The thing that get me though is the scene that happened, right? So
copies.
No, not even the copies. It ain't the copies. Remember when the Raptors were still chasing them around and they was running away and they split up? Mr. Noodle did the dumbass thing and went by himself. They jumped his ass. And then you see the good-looking doctor that came with Sam Neill. You have the married couple up there, and they're in the tree.
The Kirby's.
And they see Mr. Noodle on the ground laid out like that. Next thing you know, you just see his elbow go up, and he was like, he's alive. He's alive. I think we can save him. And Tia slips in the tree, falls backwards. Next thing you know, you see LeBron James coming down the lane like, yeah, I got me a white bitch. They lift her up. They all snap at her. And dog, this scene right here made me question everything about the movie. So I understand that they're predators, right?
Yeah,
I get that these dinosaurs are predators and all the rest of this shit, but it's like they were taking pleasure out of like, yeah, what's up, nigga?
Raptors, to be fair, the way the movies portray them, at least, are assholes.
Yeah, what's up, nigga? Yeah, come down that tree, bro. Come down that tree, nigga. Come down that tree. What you want, man? Rap the game, bro. Rap the game. See, they only got three fingers, y'all. Yeah, rap the game. What's up?
Apparently, because they gotta sell toys. They gotta sell the toys. The Raptors got mohawks now.
The one raptor out there with the shiesty just standing right there doing the middle finger.
But not to be the remiss here,
No, the best part. One of the lead DLC raptor that you got in this game. You know, the one with the red in his hair. That motherfucker's like And I liked it because you saw the raptors go. Hey, yo, that's Kevin, bro. Yeah, let's roll out. Let's roll out.
Yeah, we gotta roll out.
And I like how one of the raptors, they was like, come on, let's roll out. The other raptors, And nigga leaned down to Mr. Noodle's head, grabbed his head, snapped his neck. I'm like, stop.
So
now hold on. I have a rant.
So, how did these dinosaurs know that's how that works? How did they know to snap a neck and then roar? Who taught them that type of aggression?
I have an answer for that. Apparently.
How did they know?
I have an answer for that. I have an answer for that, baby. You do know that this technology used to create all of the dinosaurs is the same technology that was used to make all of the sharks smarter and into deep. Sorry,
deepest bluest.
Deepest bluest. My head is like a
deepest
shark.
Sharks fan. Deepest bluest. My head is Sharks fan. You can't hold me. Get off me.
Man-made terror.
Something jaws of death. My do-rag. He said somebody's do-rag being a fan. I know that. He said something like that. No, but for real, when he snapped Mr. Noodle's neck and go, I was like, who taught them human aggression? Who taught them human anatomy to know, yeah, I'm going to kill this nigga? And to prove it, neck snap. Who taught you that? Who taught the dinosaur how to do that? And before one of you motherfuckers get on here and start typing and say to me, well, they were genetically by frogs, nigga. This not is a human brain, frogs. Tadpoles, remember that?
No, West African frogs.
West African frogs.
Because remember, they changed
on the code and
yes,
this, all that and stuff. Because apparently, they were
original.
You mean to tell me that them frogs was from Africa?
Originally they were male and then changed to female.
I want people to understand something
because nature found a way.
My thing is this. That's the other thing about the Jurassic Park series. This movie introduced so many new dinosaurs, and as we said earlier,
Yes. Dinosaurs, equity, inclusion, DEI.
The sick part. The present world as we know it.
Hey, Tevin.
Actually, I'm gonna argue that. I'm gonna argue that one, Tevin. The dinosaurs were not DEI. The humans were actually DEI.
Wait, what? Who was the DEI?
The humans on that island.
I want people to understand.
You mean to tell me when homeboy, with the brother man who got eaten in the beginning of that plane, he was a part of the DEI.
Dude, I just want people to understand something. In this shitty time, this shitty the great value Biff Tannen alternate 1984 version that is today. Donald Trump would have came out of this
all them great value Biff Tannen.
Donald Trump in this present company right now would have blamed the dinosaurs for why egg prices are up and not his incompetence. You know that, right? Like he would have been like the dinosaurs. It's the reason why egg prices are up.
First off, dinosaurs didn't vote for me.
I know.
They don't like me.
I know for a fact that they're on the
tariffs for all of them.
I know for a fact that they're only on the Isla Nibar.
It's very
first off, if it was located in the Gulf of America, I would actually try to save the dinosaurs, but they didn't want to negotiate
I hate you so much
They
for
didn't want to
saying
talk
for
to
actually
me.
calling it Gulf of America, dude. I hate you.
I talked this one T-Rex, tall, strong T-Rex, big muscles, tears in his eyes. Donald Trump, will you help us get the Mexicans out of East Niblar?
That's my dinosaur right there.
That's my dinosaur. I like the big one.
You need to just do D.
I
swear to
like
God.
them. They got the claws. They got the claws.
If you do
not
not
a
make
lot
the
of arm strength.
If you don't make the thumbnail for this movie, the Spinosaurus with the Make America Great hat.
With the MAGA hat. So you mean to tell me?
If you notice, everybody, the structure of this episode makes no fucking sense because we don't care about this movie.
No, hang on a second. I'm going somewhere with this. Don't stop me. Because it's actually been long enough. You mean to tell me that the Spinosaurus would be wearing the MAGA hat and the T-Rex would be wearing the BLM?
Yeah.
That would be what was the name of that would be the Spinosaurus would be Kyle Rittenhouse and T-Rex. T-Rex is
T-Rex be that dude that was wearing Antifa, but he was like a rapist or something. Like is that what it is?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, that's how it is.
God, I gotta make it now.
T-Rex said, "I can't breathe." Spinosaurus says, "Much obliged."
Because I hate you because now you're making me actually go on my phone and look up a MAGA hat so I can clip on something. I haven't even got to the MAGA hats. I'm still doing Kofi's, nigga.
I'm just saying the Spinosaurus was hunting
Kofi's, Tim's. But now I gotta add MAGA hats to it now. Thank you.
I'm saying this to Tsunami's point. You know, the Spinosaurus didn't like these DEI hires on the island and was just chasing them down, complete with the and then, which I think ought to be real. That is the funniest shit ever. Where it's like, we heard that stupid phone. I don't have the phone. Thought you had the phone. And then Spinosaurus just look. If there is a haunting image, if I was there, I would have been like, you know what, dog, eat me, because that is you stayed there and watched us embrace and hug.
We over there having our good moment. Sponsors over there. Y'all done? Y'all done?
You done?
Basically, Spinosaurus over here.
I don't want to break up a family moment.
Basically the Spinosaurus running around over here being Derek Chauvin, but hey, you know, movie.
Hey, that Spinosaurus was literally
Derek Chauvin a couple times in this movie.
Look, I'm just saying, like that Spinosaurus was
Mr. Noodle right here just got George Floyd. Okay,
didn't they pull up on his back? Sat on his back. Sat on the man's back. We all seen that shit. Look.
This is
hey,
George Floyd and the rapper cops.
Hey, Chris, your boy, Ben Shapiro. I don't think the Raptors did anything wrong. They were just doing their job.
I like to say Jon Stewart had the funniest Daily Show joke about that when fucking Hannity was talking about, yeah, you know, you just apply a chokehold, and then Jon Stewart pauses like, go on, Sensei Miyagi.
Sensei Miyagi. Tell us how to do it. Oh my God. Yeah.
He did the most condescending like martial arts shit, which I'm like, Hannity, you don't even look like you've done a kata in your life. Like, what are you talking about here?
Hannity looks like he gets tired after jerking off 2 minutes, young. So look, he sounds like he a punk anyway.
Hey, speaking of which, hey, Mr. Noodle should have just went ahead. You know what? That was a double tap by the Raptors because they could have just left him to just die from his wounds. It was like, nah.
We break that neck, nigga. We don't play that around here, nigga. We don't play that around here.
Actually, Chris, that was a kill confirm. You pick up that.
Oh yeah, that was the kill confirm.
That's kill confirm. Yes.
Which I gotta be real. I don't know what's worse, thinking that you're just gonna die from your wounds and shit, or that. Like, you know, like
I know what's worse. You find your son, everything's going all right. We need to get out of here. get on the river, trying to get out of there. Oh my God, I hear the phone again. It's over there in that big pile of shit.
This white man not only digs into shit, then puts that nasty ass phone against his ear.
They
Now
even
I got
wash it in the river.
look
You
at
even go to the
now,
river. You even wash
I
shit in
want
the river.
I mean,
Look
you
at
got
the face. Look at the face of
Hold on a
Tia
second.
and William H. Macy. They're like, ew.
Hold on a second. Chris, you gotta understand something. There was no IPX68 waterproofing on them phones back then.
Can I be real too? Your nose better be made of iron, because I would have been like, yo, this shit stinks, bro. I am not. Get the fuck out of here. Nah, bro. Nah.
Harris.
Fair statement, I think.
Dude, you get 50 feet from that man. Nah, that's.
You gotta remember, and the durability of that cell phone is one thing, because you gotta remember this is back during the time.
You mean tell me that dinosaur stomach acid didn't burn it?
No, it's even worse. You gotta remember, this is during the time where if you dropped a cell phone, that thing was done.
Well, see, that was a nice. This is This is actually it's a satellite phone. Satellite phones are built a little differently. That was a military grade. That's a military grade satellite phone.
Well, then there you go. Going up against being inside of a dinosaur. Yeah, that's nothing. That's
I just thought the stomach acid would just.
It's Tuesday afternoon.
That being said, the one thing I like about the shit scene was this: while they was doing it, while they was over there, the phone goes off again. And they try to cut it off. When they turn it off, you see another dinosaur come over there, right? He come over there like, yeah, I see y'all niggas. It's a lot of shit y'all around. I'm gonna let y'all hang back. No, I ain't. The look of the dinosaur, like, because they showed all three of them and the shit looking like this. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna let y'all just play in that. I'm going this way. I'll see y'all later. Y'all
gotta be real. If there's anything terrifying, here's the thing that got me about the thing that got me about the Spinosaurus. It is something that the Jurassic World series really just upgrades my fear. So the previous movies, you hit the water. Hey, the T-Rex ain't gonna go in that deep ass water. Ain't there? A swimming Spinosaurus that's some scary shit. Like, because you're thinking, all right, I'm on the river. I don't have to worry about any giant dinosaurs and that shit swims. Okay.
Well, the only thing that makes it even dumber is, I don't know, give it a cloaking ability. Oh, wait.
Yeah. We're almost there.
I gotta be real. I like the self-awareness. I like the self-awareness of Jurassic World, where Chris Pratt is like, so you made a dinosaur that cloaks. The fuck were you thinking? Like, really? Like,
you won't go over there. You gotta think of the military application. Shut up.
It's like you made a cloaking dinosaur. What are we doing here?
What the hell?
Hey, that was my man that got eaten behind that fucking car because he thought he could hide behind that car.
Anyway, I like how your boy, the good-looking doctor,
when the meter on your hiding perk runs out,
that dinosaur picked the car up, and my man was like, shit, 0%.
I knew this thing would come for you by my own plan.
How did Chris Pratt get away with it? Put gas on me. All right, I'm good. 100%.
So they didn't get me about the whole Spinosaurus thing going on, right?
Get the cage, guys.
They finally get the phone working. Sam Neill calls Laura Dern. Speaking of which, Laura Dern is mercifully out of this movie so quick. She's in the first scene of the movie.
Married, got a kid.
Married, got a kid. She moving on with her life. And her and Sam actually have some type of closure where it's like, they're not together. Yes, they deserve to be with each other, but they're not together with each other. And it's cool. You know what I mean? And I like that. You don't get a lot of that in these movies. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was kind of cool. But Laura Dern's son picked up the phone. And now, tell your mommy, give the phone to your mommy. Okay. I like how my little boy does what every little kid does.
Put the phone
This
down
nigga
and still plays with the stuff.
No, he looked for his mom, right? He looked to the right. I love you. Oh shit, Barney's on.
Barney's.
That nigga stood in front of that TV for 2.5 minutes. Oh, fuck the phone. Oh, damn. Hey, your mom. Let me tell you something. As a dude that got 3 sons, yes to all of that scene. Yes to the whole.
I want people to also understand. Barney had kids by the balls.
Nut sack. If you think Bluey was no
choke hold.
Bluey wishes.
I want people to understand something.
Power that Barney had.
My brother and my younger cousins were in that age range. We were driving from DC to Richmond for a family reunion.
How fun hearing this voice all the time.
Barney music in a Ford Bronco. Longest 2.5 hour ride to Richmond. John Jingle Hammersmith and Barney songs.
It's so much better, Chris, that you described the car you was in. How does it make it better or worse? It just does. It just does.
I just aged myself. I said Ford Bronco, so you already know the year.
Chris, hold up. Here's Chris.
Quality.
No, Chris. Here's the best part. When you have to go through that torture and you think that you have a way out of it, and you only come to realize that your Walkman only has half battery life.
I want people to understand.
You got to
drive to Richmond on average.
On top of spaghetti, nigga.
You gotta make half battery life last to Richmond.
If there was the equivalent of a movie, it's a movie called Rocket Man. And it was a scene where they were in those tanks, and he's singing John Jingle Hammersmith, and the dude is like going nuts, like that would be me with 2 hours in a car. I was like, no more Barney. We're done. We're done with this.
Hey, Airs. Some nights, Chris wake up from his sleep. John Jingle Hammersmith. La. Bianca, what's wrong? I had to dream again.
Lobo, Sheriff Lobo.
Exactly. John Jacob. No, baby Bob, you can't do that. No, it's against the rules. I don't want to sing a. Chris, look, Bianca, you need to take your ass to therapy. I'm sick of this shit, nigga. I ain't sleeping.
Now it turns into dead president.
I'm not sleeping. You know what's bad? I'm not sleeping. Now I'm your problem now.
There's the dead presidents where it's like, fuck your PTSD. It's like, whoa. Listen to that episode. We really dogged out his baby mama. She was really like, yo, fuck your PTSD. I'm like, God damn.
Fuck your PTSD. What you gonna do? Go to therapy? You a faggot, nigga? You ain't doing nothing. She dogged this nigga out, man.
You did chuck her out, so I was kind of like, you know what? Fair. Kind of had that coming.
Hey, look, go have sex with Bush right now. Why aren't you doing it? Why are you not doing it? What do you mean the movie's almost over? What do you mean that? Hey, it's Martin Sheen. Wait a minute. Why are you taking him to jail? Who's playing Isaac Hayes? Stop it.
I think all three of us can agree on this. Leap of logic in bullshit in movies that is bullshit. Okay. Eris had it with them launching out in space in the Fast movie. Well, actually, no. He actually got broke with Tyrese surviving the gunshot in Fast 10. That's what broke Eris. That broke Eris.
That broke Eris. You know what broke me?
And that was in the beginning. That was at the beginning of the movie.
No, what broke me was that fucking Charger hooked up to that joke. Oh, that broke me so bad. I turned the movie off. Chris, shut the fuck up. I turned the movie off and didn't finish it until 2 months later. I hated that movie so much.
Yeah, how is it?
Chris, how is it possible that I'm allowing the bullshit to happen? I'm cool with it. Let's go with it. Maybe I'm the dumbass that hasn't bought into the shit. I'm going to go and buy into the shit. The second I saw that heavy ass Hellcat stay on the rope. No, I can't do this no more.
I want people.
Hey, yo, Howard, listen to me. Shut the fuck up. It wasn't a Blues Brothers stunt. If it was a Blues Brothers stunt, it would have been cool. Don't do that.
See, here's funny. The fact that y'all both, that's what broke you, and yet I was broken before that with this. You know what broke me? I don't think I told you guys this. It's The Rock hitting a drone with an ambulance and then taking the fucking chain gun and just walking down the street like it's a normal day in the neighborhood and just badass, but it broke me.
Fuck you. The second that thing went into the air and blew up the helicopter.
No. I got one real quick before we go back to the movie. You know the thing about a street fight? The streets always win. And then the boot stomping into the car.
I don't know whether I was with one of y'all, Statham, The Rock, head-on collision. One of us was like, D was like, bullshit. I was like,
no, because not only did they came out, they fell on it, and they get up, Dusty shut it off, and start fighting. D lied and say, fuck you and fuck this movie. There ain't no way in the world that happened.
Bear in mind, this is before their second meeting where they reinforced their vehicles. Both of their vehicles in the initial crash were not reinforced, and D was like, bullshit, they survived it. I'm like, thank you.
No, you know what actually broke me? Breaking out the cast. Oh, why did y'all let Rock do anything in that movie?
Daddy's got to go to work.
Do you see the difference, Chris? Damn. You see the difference. One is actually entertaining. This one finds new ways of insulting your fucking intelligence. It is amazing, Chris, that yes, that is a iconic moment to me, and I won't take away from it because it actually means something. And I hope he, as Chris Pratt as an actor, admires it. Him doing that thing with the Raptors.
Yeah.
It's corny. Great. Cool. Iconic. It makes sense for the story of Jurassic Park. It brings the big ass story of Jurassic Park and scales it down to what we always know was about. People trying to control shit that they can't control. And people who don't understand when you give shit that can't be controlled, you don't put a fucking a gun torn on its shoulder. You don't do that. And yet Engine, you know what Engine said every time? Cowabunga it is.
Speaking of cowabunga, it is. Apparently,
here's the sick part, Chris. The last two movies that came out for Jurassic Park, you and I both gave them D's. Like we both gave them D's. Like I think we gave it like
Dominion.
We gave Kingdom like a 3. We gave the last one a 4 because Jeff Goldblum was there.
Yeah.
We raised it up by 1 point, but both of them shitty movies. Chris, much like I have said about not just the Marvels, but several other blockbusters that came out in the last few years, I see what you were trying to do and you could have made it better. And Jurassic Park did what every other big studio does. Nah, we got it.
Guys, you gotta understand this.
Apparently, we know what you're doing.
Apparently, engine dinosaurs.
It's gonna work for us.
No, but apparently, engine dinosaurs. If you just take the 3D printed, thing that you blow through the ocarina, the Raptor ocarina, it confuses them. You see, and because they think it's their. They think it's their forefathers, like it's fucking Mufasa in the clouds, apparently, and they're like, "Oh God, what the fuck's going on?" All right, get the ass and get out of here. The police are here.
It's worse. It's even dumber than that. It's the computer virus from Independence Day.
Thank you. The Chekhov's gun, if you will.
No, yes, I got a good question. I got a good question. Wait, y'all understood what he did when he blew into that?
He said 911 is coming. He said the police.
You know what that sounds like to me when he did I'm sorry, who got a sandwich? What? Who the fuck yelling that out, nigga? What? What the fuck, nigga? That wasn't even a word, bro. What even, bro? Nah, nigga. I know what he's saying, nigga. Fuck that nigga, man. Let's go over there and kick that nigga.
Realistically, you know what that was? That was them hearing just the loud screaming and just like, all right, I guess we gotta get the fuck out of here.
No, they heard that screaming like this. No, they heard this. I don't like that sound, man. Who the fuck hurt? Who hurt, man? No, let's let on. No.
Get out of here.
Hey, man. Hey, yo, gang, come down, man. We finna go, bro. Nah, man. No. Somebody hurt, nigga. I don't know. That might be. Nah, that's Sinead, nigga. Yeah, that's Sinead. Run, nigga.
It was just so, and apparently calling Ellie, she called the military, and they rolled up there, and I'm like, so, like, I feel if I was writing the finale for this, it would be the military shooting the shit out of the Spinosaurus, but we didn't get that.
You were never gonna get that.
I'm just saying.
Because you know why? You know why, Chris? We would have did that, and all of a sudden, here comes Sam Neill. We are the true predators of this earth.
Well, that's what they say.
This is what I'm talking about. This series can't be true to its guns. We got dinosaurs, and we're trying to survive. Just do that. But don't hit this little speech of, we as mankind, we hold the future in our hands. No, this is fantasy, what you're showing us. This is all fantasy. Let's not do that. The only true to life shit that you have in here is that people are going to get eaten if dinosaurs exist. That's the only.
But the one thing about this franchise, because even when the movie ends and we get the idea of like, oh, the pterodactyls can fly off the island and stuff, which I think didn't previous movies say that they did. But didn't the previous movie say that essentially like the dinosaurs pretty much are just in tune with just staying in the island area and not venturing off? So yes, was this
because they were engineered that way?
So was this the movie's way of saying, oh, the whole Ian Malcolm life finds a way, so they can? That's how they just decide.
Yes, to because they have to work that into every movie. That life.
Guys, we can't kill the dinosaurs. So how else would anybody see the dinosaurs? This movie's going to promote us to hurting every animal. Because if we don't protect the dinosaurs, when are we going to protect our own? Because you never know. The dog is a descendant of. Sorry, I'm stuck. That's
what I'm saying is
you cannot put PETA ethics on dinosaurs.
Thank you.
It's bad enough that you try to put them on pit bulls and every other animal that, hey, nigga, I fight. Y'all try to make them cute and cuddly. No, nigga. Y'all try to do that to lions, tigers. Look, you know what? The best one I like, they try to do that shit to hippos. Oh, the hippos, pretty. Is the hippos so nice? Hippos are fucking mass murderers. Them niggas don't care.
But that's the thing. It's like
people are trying to put a happy face on all these animals, bro.
But that's the thing when they do that. When they end this movie with them playing the Jurassic Park theme, and then life finds a way. They're flying off the island, and she's like, "Oh, I hope they don't come to where the fuck they were from." You know, Oklahoma or something. And I'm like, and it's like, I'm not saying dinosaurs can't be like animals where you can be like, oh, but it's like, no, like it should just no, don't no.
The thing about it, dinosaurs is this. The reason why we have mountains, why we have river passes, why we have some of the terrain that we see is because dinosaurs were here at one point. They moved the land around. Whether it be by migration or whether it just so happen, hey, we all chilling in this one spot. That's why the land is so flat, whatever it may be. You know what I mean? So it's kind of funny. This is really kind of funny to me that we have this idea like, oh, we can live right beside the dinos. No, we can't. That should not be. Because if that's it, that means that we're not going to survive. You dumb ass. Like that's not how that works.
And that's
like I don't understand. Like Chris, I don't understand how people who follow evolution all of a sudden have these weird notions like Christians do when it comes to animals, like they're supposed to have some type of order or some shit. It's like
it's called white nonsense. Okay.
Thank you. You know what? Thank you. White nonsense. We live amongst it every day in this fucking country.
Come on, man. You know, if dinosaurs were alive right now, their lives will matter way more than black people. Okay, we know this.
What's the one with the long ass neck that this movie always breaks out when they want somebody? Look how peaceful
The Brontosaurus. The
Yeah,
Brontosaurus.
all it takes is one Brontosaurus
Eating
down.
leaves.
It's called.
They eat leaves. They don't eat human beings and meats. They're good.
Look, enough of the pale preposterousness. All right.
Oh God, the dandruff, the dandruff-ridden wisdom of these crackers.
Yeah, you know Jurassic World Dominion. You remember that scene where they're at the lumber yard and there's a brontosaurus and they try to make it all sad looking and stuff. That is their ace in the hole. Throw some brontosaurus in there and make it sad.
They always do that shit. I'm over there like, oh, look what we're doing.
Well,
look at it. Look,
every
Chris,
movie.
Harris, they showed it. You look like what we doing to the dinosaurs. I leave it with Chris. Flintstones. Meet the Flintstones. Yeah. I would be coming down the tail like this. Hey.
Nah, I think almost every movie has a moment like that with Jurassic Park. I mean, come on. The first one, what was the first? The first one was the sick Triceratops, you know. And then the second one was them trying to bring back the what was it? The baby T-Rex.
Eris, you fucked all the way up now. Cause it lost. What's the second one, Chris? The one you and I hate, Dominion, Lost World, Dominion, whatever.
No, Lost World. No, what was it? Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom. Fallen Kingdom was that.
When they close the doors on the dinosaurs are trying to get out of that room. Eris, they're all dying. Look, all the dinosaurs are dying in the gas right there. What have we done? What have we done?
Folks, I want you to understand.
No, see, but I'm keeping it to just this trilogy where the sadness was the sick Triceratops. Because let's be real, I think after that storm, we heard nothing about that Triceratops.
That nigga died. They jumped that nigga in the middle of the night.
Yeah, you did. Look, the Raptors. Yeah, you slipping, nigga. What's up, nigga? Yeah, what's up? Yeah. Fight back. They jumping this. Fight back, nigga.
I mean, you made this island and you put these poisonous berries. It's just like what Dr. Sattler said. You know, Ellie, what she said. You have poisonous plants in this facility. You picked them out because they look good.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I do get the story. They do try to keep that in there. When it comes to science that is brave like this, there's going to be people that want to profit off of it, and then there's going to be people that don't understand it at all and want to control it. I get it.
Yeah. But the thing about the third movie, I think the third movie, from my understanding, it actually made money, but it wasn't that big blockbuster box office that the first two were. It did. I think it made money, but not like a lot of money. Basically.
Oh no, sir! This movie had a $93 million budget and made $368 million.
So it made its money
pretty nicely. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, it became the 2001. It became the 8th highest grossing film of 2001.
Yeah, it was successful.
However, it was the lowest grossing installment in the franchise, which is why we had to wait an entire 14 years, for us to get a new trilogy.
And I would, like I said, as much as and we'll get to that because that's going to be our next one. Next Jurassic Park movie is going to be Jurassic World, but Jurassic World, numbers wise and even scale wise to an extent, it has its problems. But you can see that it had vision.
It's basically a fully realized vision of what the ideas that the characters were kicking around in the first movie.
And that's why I'm always for a series having a legit cool down like this. Because after this, there was nothing for a while. Yeah, they had story. I know they had a couple stories, and I know they had not a video game that was separate to it. I think that was the older ones, but still, there were still toys and all that, but they stopped. So that's why I'm all for any franchise that need a break. Take a fucking break. Disappear in front of the kids' eyes. Show up 8 to 15 years later. Trust me, people will like it. Now, is it going to be as successful as it was back in the day? Of course not. And then sometimes, in the case of of Jurassic World, people were waiting on it.
No, I will give the new trilogies this. As much as we dump on Fallen Kingdom and whatnot, all 3 of these future movies from 2014 and on all did over $1 billion.
That is stupid.
Yeah, that was pre-pandemic. That was during that era where
even with what was it? Even with Dominion, that was a
COVID movie. That was a COVID movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, that came out in 2022. $1 billion.
Yeah, but they held it back, and like I said, it was part of that tentpole. Because I think Dominion definitely hit $1 billion and stuff. But like I said, even prior to that though, those first 3, like I said, those first 2 before the pandemic was just cleaning up. Because like I said, I'm not a fan of Fallen Kingdom. I fucking hated that damn ending of that movie.
Because we know how the next 3, 4 movies are gonna go. We're not going to do Jurassic Park for about a year, maybe 2. So get a good look at it.
And one more. Due to release on July 2nd of this year is Jurassic Park Rebirth.
That's what I said.
Jurassic World Rebirth.
We have 4 after this. You damn right we're taking a break. But we're not taking a break for this other series that we're doing. And we mentioned it. We mentioned it several times in this episode. Chris, this is your Chris is going to get, our boy Chris is getting married next month, and I am doing movies until he leaves, until it's time for him to go get married, and he disappears for about a month. We're going to do movies that I know is going to tickle Chris's pussy. So we're doing Fast 4. What did they call this one? It was just Fast 4.
Fast and Furious.
It was just Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious. That's what they call it.
Fast and Furious. Yes. This
Chris,
is
real quick. I know you very well. This is your least favorite movie, isn't it?
Which one?
You, me, and Eris never talk about this movie.
No.
Chris and I had one thing about this movie that we both commented on, and that was the end.
Because you gotta realize
the car showing up at the prison bus, and we see him pass by, roll credits, and we're like,
so here's what they like. Fast and Furious, I enjoy, and I think it was just in that weird time where it was like I was invested in wanting to see more of the Tokyo Drift folks. So when it was like Vin Diesel is back and the gang is back, especially coming off Tokyo Drift where he was there in the end, I think it was that period of time where all of us collectively were like, so Vin, coming back to the franchise because your little single movies didn't really pop like it was. All right, cool. And
yes, they did.
And all of us were saying it, so it wasn't just me. So it's like when Fast and Furious came out and me and Sue went to go see it. Again, early MCU when Blockbuster was like, you got to go to the movies. And me and him were like, fuck, we're going to go see this. And it was just like, oh, this is like Fast and Furious, the first movie, the vibes.
It was literally the soft reboot.
Yeah, and it's just the movie felt off initially because it was like, are they just trying to get back into the swing of things? That's probably why, like, it's not my least favorite, but it was just kind of like you could tell everybody was just feeling.
What, D?
I said, what's your least then? Because I say the only reason why I said 4 is because like I hear us talk about the Fast series every now and then. We don't bring up 4. None of us bring up 4.
You know,
we got moments where we bring up on 4.
Okay. You know what it is? It's not the fact that it's the least. It's not the fact that it's the least.
Come on, were you wearing pink ties when you was coming up in El Barrio?
No. My thing is, it's not the fact that
it's the least for D. Thank you, Eris.
It's not the fact that it's the least. I think it's because Fast 5 onward just went on steroids. So it's like Fast 4 is the lesser in comparison because it's like, yeah, Fast 4 has ridiculous shit.
So what's the bottom one?
Steroids.
What's the
Steroids.
bottom one?
The steroids and tight fitting Under Armour shirts.
I mean, look, it was them dragging the fucking safe in the streets in Fast 5 in that trailer where I was like, all right, movie.
Wait,
Cool.
hold on. Stop. That was the bottom for you?
No. I'm saying that's why I was
point.
No, that was where I was like, that's why it was like 4. It went from like, oh man, I love 4, and then safe getting dragged in 5, and the trailer was like, phew. So it's like,
for me, Chris, when I saw the safe drag, I was in the movie there. This is stupid. I got up and walked to the bathroom. And as I got up, walked to the bathroom, my boner hit everybody in the back of the head as I got this movie's dumb. I ain't gonna fake Fast 5. I like Fast 5. But Fast 5 is actually Fast 5 might be the worst one on paper. I don't know how to prove it. It might be the worst one. I love it. But
Fast 4 to me, and I think also is the fact of, maybe because it's not lesser, but it was also the thing of, oh, so you're leaning on Han because you knew you killing them in that third movie was dumb, wasn't it? I see what you're doing, movies, and that's where I was really like, why is he in Fast 5? Why is he in Fast? Like.
Sorry. You did after that. Every time I saw Letty, I turned into the nigga from the Body Snatchers.
I will say,
like you're not supposed to be here.
And I will say, for the record, when it came for Han, it took 5 movies. 5 movies for them to figure out how do we bring him back to the series canon officially moving forward.
5 movies.
That scene where he's hanging upside down and bleeding from his head, fake news. Get him out.
When I heard Kurt Russell say, yeah, now comes the hard part, keeping you dead.
That's all you have to do, kids, is shave your head like Jamie Lee Curtis.
For me, that's when they effed up. When they started doing all of these gymnastics to make these guys special, that's when I got mad. When I got to see Letty fight Ronda Rousey and win, go to hell. It's already bad enough. Look, it's already bad enough. Chris, it's already bad enough. We're letting John Wick style bad guys lose to Vin Diesel. It's already bad enough we're letting that happen.
Never mind.
Not Vin Diesel. Dom.
No. It's worse than that. We're letting these guys have been trained all their life. No. I'm talking about the bad guys. When they hire goons who are like a solid 150 pounds of muscle extra are getting jobbed to Jordana Brewster and
guys,
Michelle Rodriguez.
See, what you're not saying here is I'm mad, and this is probably where the series broke me a second time. I'm mad. We got to watch the end of fucking damn Fast 10, and then all of a sudden the genocide queen herself, Gal Gadot, pops up out of fucking sub, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
The jokes are going to fly next week because
D is finally broke. I finally snapped.
Remember they tried to make Gal Gadot and Vin Diesel a thing in that movie? Crazy,
hold up.
right?
I finally
one
snapped.
movie, and that was this movie that we're gonna do.
Hey Chris, I snapped so hard recently. What's wrong, D? Gal Gadot is a terrible actress.
You think?
Oh, she's bad.
Clark, no.
So, Steve, do you want to stay with me? And
come to think of it,
I can let the speech thing go with her.
They tried to make Vin. No, from what I remember, they tried to make Vin have a thing with Gal Gadot and homegirl that he actually is pregnant in Brazil.
See, I believe homegirl in Brazil.
They just dropped that one in Brazil. Good Lord.
I mean, I knew they linked up.
She was just a thing he plugged inside for one moment.
Hey, look, I appreciate the joke between Tyrese and Ludacris, and it was like, damn, your ex and your boo see each other? Damn.
Look, I'm already mad at Ludacris. I'm all right. Look, I could believe Ludacris's backstory in this movie, but every movie, nah, all I did was blah 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 blah. You didn't know how to do none of that. Shut the fuck up.
Nope. And I will defend Mr. Bridges when he says, you know, I actually did have a life before I met you two.
Again, Eris, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with you being the computer guy, but the DLC upgrades that he get, the God of War like upgrades.
I'll tell you what science. I'll tell you what science fiction. Tyrese apparently is a fucking black man that believes in conspiracy theories and has money on hand wrapped around him at all times because he knew that they were going to get hacked.
Oh man,
so he was
cash on you.
Hold on.
Niggerish shit ever. That's science fiction.
I got to be really no. I hate to be that person. That actually sounds like that is very on brand for Tyrese. Some shit go down like that. Nah, I had this shit taped on me.
Also, think about it. That's why y'all niggas don't think about it. Think about it. This has been this thing ever since. No, this is something that's been introduced ever. Like this has been something with Tyrese ever since he's been introduced into the franchise. Think about it. Pockets ain't empty, cuz we ain't hungry no more, homie.
Pump. You know what you just did? You basically just said that Tyrese's character is the functional version that makes sense of Johnny Sasaki. Somebody who is dumb, but hey, Eris, look at me. Somebody who's dumb, but you just saved the crew, my nigga. How'd you come up with that? I don't trust these niggas, man. Like, yes, that makes sense. Tyrese would have been, Tyrese was like, nah, man, I don't believe in vaccinations. You know he would have did that. So when he says, when him and Mary like, why'd you go there? I don't trust the government. Mary was like, oh my God, black man, impregnate me. It would have been different. You know what I'm saying? It would have been earned.
So join us.
You mean to tell me that Tyrese is the better version of Johnny Sasaki is blowing my mind right now.
Well, join us for Fast and Furious, where we see a Vin Diesel powerbomb the shit out of a Brian who's trying to put him in a triangle hole.
Oh my God, I forgot. We got
to talk about
Paul.
We got
to talk about Paul Walker again. And speaking of which,
she did for you, man.
She just wanted you to come home. Kicking the table. Sorry, dog.
Hey, Chris, and Eris, both of y'all. That is on the level. I ain't never knock on no one. That's on the same level.
Lenny came to me to clear your name.
White people acting.
Energy.
White people acting.
Here's me. Hey, Vince. Look, here's me. Hey, Vince, why you up here acting like this? You a nigga. Why you acting like this? I look, it's like this. I can forgive Tracy McGrady eyes over here acting like she white, but you, Vincent? Yes. I mentioned Michelle Rodriguez's lazy eye. I will do it all next week. Because I used to be
sexy and swat.
We would talk about my love-hate relationship for her next week, nigga.
Like Dushka did it better.
So,
peace.